thank you. And I thank Dave for this opportunity to provide the update on this nice wintry morning. He claims to have no control over the weather, but I have it on good authority that the weather is an indication of the extent that he'll go to ensure that people attend the business meetings. This is going to be a sort of a tag team update. I'm going to briefly talk about things going on in the lab in general, and then Elena Cash of the BBL is going to provide an overview of Bandit 4.0. So I'm going to rush through a lot of my slides to give Elaine the bulk of the time to talk about Bandit. BBL staff changes. Our staff, as it exists right now, is 12 full-time employees and 2 contractors. If you remember from the past presentations, you think, those numbers seem to be getting lower. Well, they are. I don't have a graph showing BBL staff changes over time, but if you remember that gross big slide from the McGill presentation, that's pretty much yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. On the right side, Matt Rogowski, who was a term employee in the BBL, we were able to get him on full time, and Matt's now taking over pretty much all of the auxiliary marking authorizations. So those of you who are putting some sort of marker or whatever on a bird, you'll probably be hearing from Matt in the future. So Jennifer McNichol, who was our liaison biologist, mostly liaison with other government agencies. In the flyway, she took a position she joined the dark side, joined the Fish and Wildlife Service in January. So that position is vacant. Luckily, we've been able, at least gotten approved to fill it. So hopefully we will have a replacement sometime this year. But we're short-staffed, and she handled a lot of the permitting for the government agencies. The other thing, for those of you who know Joe Leoparding, she actually gave birth to her second daughter on Thursday. Aww. So mother and daughter are doing well, but she's going to be on maternity leave for the next 3 months. So that number 12 will actually be 11 for the month of, for the summer, basically. So we're going to be a little bit short-staffed for a while. We're going to do what we can. Our emphasis is going to be on maintaining operations. We'll get vans out to people. We're getting permits out to people. We're going to process your data, those sorts of things. But things that are we're going to take care of our marketing requests. But some things out of the ordinary might take a little bit longer for us to get to. Just be patient. Just a reminder that right now we are assigning alphanumeric codes. We're tracking the use of alphanumeric codes for those who are placing these types of coded markers on birds. And so if you're planning on using these in the future, certainly before you start ordering codes, you need to talk with us first, because we're doing a lot of the coordination to know who's using what colors and what codes and that sort of thing. And so, and what's assigned. So don't order your codes and talk to us, but the other way around. One thing we're doing right now, this is sort of a mandate from above the government. There's an open data policy, which means we've been told we need to make all of our data available to the public. Through the internet, it's got to be sort of internet accessible, internet available. And of course, they don't give us any funding or staff to do this, but we're supposed to do it. Fortunately, we've had some assistance, a good amount of assistance from USGS, and we've done a couple things, and we're starting on this process. And one is this web application. It goes by the acronym of BISON, and you can see what it stands for up there. And right now, we've made the U.S. banding data is available through this application. It's at this point at the scale of the 10-minute block, because it's the historic data from 1960 through 2010, and most of the data, that's the geographic scale we have the data for. We're going to expand into Canada starting in this year. At some point, the Canadian data will be available there, but at least initially, at least for the foreseeable future, that'll only be at the provincial level, my understanding. This application, BISON, it provides all sorts of biodiversity data, everything from plants to invertebrates to vertebrates to you name it. So there's a whole, I don't know how many millions of records they have available there. The other thing that we had is actually something that's on our website for the BBL. This is it's the same data that's available through Bison, but it's summarized and available in a way where you can actually sort of query it and sort of, if you're looking to see what kind of data are available in the database, or this banding data, this is a tool that will allow you to do that. I chose the link chose the state of West Virginia, since we're here. And then, this is one example where the block showed just the total number of species that have been banded by a block over, I don't know what the time period is, maybe this is the entire time frame. And if you click on the block, you can actually get a list of the species and numbers of individuals that have been banded in the block. So if you're looking for data or looking to see what the coverage or what's banding is going on in the state, this will give you, some, at least an indication of the banding data. You can do the same thing filtering by species. So this is orchard oil over, I think, about a 10-year period in the 70s. Again, West Virginia. It shows the blocks where we have data. You click on the block, you get a summary of the number of records and the high and low counts. And again, it's summarized data, but if you're looking to see what information is available, banding data is available, it's all on the website. The one thing we're going to start on this year is we're going to start developing similar applications for the encounter data. So nothing like that's going to be available this year. Probably sometime in 2017 is when we'll start rolling out the encounter data. But at least this way, we're meeting our governmental mandates, and hopefully everybody will be happy. The other change that's going on has to do with the call center. Back about 20 years ago, we initiated the 1-800 number and a call center for taking reports of bird bands. Times are changing. Budgets are changing, and not in a positive way. So it's becoming apparent, especially with the change in society, getting fewer and fewer people making calls and more people providing data over the web. So we're starting the process to phase out the call center. This isn't something that's going to happen overnight. I'm not sure exactly what the time frame is going to be for doing this. We're going to keep the 1-800 number for a while, so for probably decades after the call center, because we have all these bird bands out there with the 1-800 number on it. But if they call the 1-800 number, once the call center is gone, they're going to be directed to the website. That's what we're going to do. One thing we're doing is in association with this is we're updating the report band website. We've developed a mobile-friendly version of it. It's in testing right now. It will be released later this summer, probably in July. So hopefully that will encourage more people to report bands over the internet, and that's the direction we're going. The one new feature is we streamlined the process for we do get a number of people reporting multiple bands, multiple birds from one site, especially color marked birds, and we've made that a lot easier for people to do. So hopefully, again, that will encourage them to report birds over, report band over the internet rather than through the call center. And certainly for the banders, we hope that you'll either use report band or report the band, reports of banded birds through bandit. So the other thing that we're going to do, and part of this process, is we're going to change the band inscription. We're going to get rid of the 1-800 number on the band, and it's just going to be, with the report band address. So for the smaller bands, it's just going to be once. On the real small bands, it's on the inside for the 0s and 1s and 2s. The web address is on the inside of the band. For the larger bands, it's going to be the once or twice on the band. So this is basically what the bands are going to look like.